Let's go on a hike. Let's go to the mountaintops. Let's go see the mountains show off. Let's go see where angels learn to fly. Let's go on a hike.
Fancy Pantsy Curious George. This is the beginning of day 54. We are 9.5 miles away from the northern terminus, which means we are 9.5 miles away from finishing the Pinhoti. And I think part of my decision yesterday to camp at Gennett Poplar was in a way maybe not wanting to let go of the fact that I'm almost done with the Pinhoti Trail. So anyways, regardless of the fact, I had a great sleep last night. This was a really good campsite. I'm glad I decided to stay here. And we'll see what today brings. I could very well make it to the northern terminus, but the arrangements I've made with the people who are going to pick me up are really for Monday, because I didn't want to commit to getting 9.5 miles done on the last day. We have probably the biggest climb yet on the hike, up to Buddy Cove Gap, and I think it's at like 3,200 feet, which compared to the Appalachians, it's not that significant. But anyways, it is the highest point on the Pinhoti Trail, and we have a bunch of water crossings. So, oh, and the other thing is, once I get to the northern terminus, it's going to be a 2-mile hike in the opposite direction of what I need to go in order to get picked up. So, but I need to do that because I need to resupply. So that's kind of what's going on. So even if I make it all the way to the northern terminus or camp somewhere close by, that would just cut down the miles I have to do tomorrow. So we'll just kind of see what the day brings. I'm not making any definite plans. And the other possibility is too that I get there and I contact Neil and Becky and they say, yeah, we can come pick you up today, no problem. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's a little bit unlikely because 9.5 miles plus an extra 2 miles out of my way. So there'd be 11.5. It's kind of a lot. So I'm not looking to push it. I want to enjoy the last day or two of what's left and just kind of take it as it comes. And I guess that's it. I've kind of rambled on a little bit. Oh, I'm sitting here in my tent yes, this is the first time I've done this. It was cold out this morning, so I made some coffee. And it's going to take me a little bit to get my tent cleaned up because there's condensation on the inside, which, I don't know, it seems like no matter what I do, it always happens. I left 2 of the vestibules open last night, but still got a lot of condensation. So that's okay. It is what it is. Fancy Pants and Curious George. We'll check in with you later. Fancy Pants and Curious George. We are leaving Gennett Poplar. It is just 9 o'clock. A little bit later than I expected, but I'm trying to learn to let go of time expectations, whatnot, and just do things as they happen, I guess. So everything's cleared up and we are ready to leave this beautiful campsite. I'm going to turn the camera around one more time so you can see where my tent was. Fire's completely out, and let's say one more goodbye to this ginormous poplar. I'm going to have to look up the history between it. It's really thick. Here we go. Sun is shining. Still a little bit chilly, but I know once I get moving, I will be fine. All in all, feeling really good today and just happy to be out here. Check in later. So I'm just going to try to capture a little bit of the destruction from, it must have been storms. I don't know, but this is just after leaving Gennett Poplar. And the other thing you can tell is somebody has spent a lot of time just clearing this area, because you can tell where some trees have been cut. So just kind of giving you the 360 view. I'll walk along for a little bit. Unbelievable. Just such a totally different feel from when I hiked here 2 years ago. And all along here, it must have been a tornado or something. I don't know. Anyway, just thankful that the trail right now is clear. Could not have been an easy job to clean this all up. All right, I'm going to pause the video and I'll pick up later if there are some other areas Unbelievable. Little stream crossing here. I think we can get this without too much difficulty. Piece of cake. The lighting this morning is just really pretty. Okay. Bear Creek Loop, Pinhoti. All right. Looks like we're going up this way. All right, I'll check in later. All right, there we have it. This will be an interesting one. I'm gonna go around to the left and see if I can just climb over as opposed to crawling, but that's quite a blowdown right there. But once again, you can tell, like I said, that people have put in a lot of time clearing certain parts of this trail. It's hard to get after all of it. I'm gonna pause the video and then I'll let you know what I decided to do. All right, we're about to go under this. Going around to the left does not look like a good option to me, so we'll see. See if I can get low. Ooh, boy. Here we go. Crunch, crunch. Crunch, crunch. Okay, I can stand up a little bit. That's not too bad. Ew. Ugh. These bones are not meant to bend like they did when they were younger. All right, I gotta pause it. Okay, that wasn't terrible. Now I just have to get my feet out from all these viney things so I don't trip. All right, done deal. Yep, we did it. All right, we're coming into another area where storm damage is evident. And once again, it looks like the trail has been cleared. I can only imagine the hours worth of work that it must have taken for the trail maintainers to do this. So shout out from Fancy Pants and Curious George to all the people who invest their time and energy in making sure the trail is clear for those of us that are hiking. Your efforts are not unnoticed, and we really appreciate what you do. Just gotta walk for a little bit. I hear water, so I don't know if I'm coming up to one of those creek crossings I've been reading about or not. We shall soon see. Oh, piece of cake. Piece of cake. Wow. All around us. All right, check in later. More evidence of storm damage. Just, I think it's really interesting. And like I said, all the work that's already been put into keeping the trail clear. So I just made a kind of a rock/log hop river crossing right there. It wasn't bad at all, but I did have to place my feet carefully because the log and the rocks are covered with moss, so I was pretty careful, but no issues. Feet are bone dry. Not sure which creek this is. It might be Mountain Town. But anyways, just obviously flowing really well. So much energy in the water. So this will be the first of several, what I think will be shoes off water crossings. You never know till you get there, but definitely took my shoes off for this one, even though my left foot got slightly wet on the last one. That's only because I slipped. I didn't fall in, my foot just slipped off the rock. So, all right, here goes nothing. Alright, Fancy Pants checking in. We are fixing to make our third shoes off water crossing in a row. On the first one, or after the first one, I just left my Crocs on because I knew this was coming. And this one, I remember from when I hiked in 22. It looks a lot scarier than what it really is, but I have to walk pretty close to that edge where the water's rushing over. Yeah, and it's moving pretty fast, so gotta be real careful here. And just for safety reasons, I will unbuckle my backpack belt just in case, but I did not have trouble crossing it before, so I don't anticipate it this time either. It is a little bit scary looking though. Here we are on the other side. You definitely had to brace yourself against the current, but I just took really short steps. It was a little bit slippery, but we did fine and made it across safely. Yay. Fancy Pants checking in. So, I took off my mid-layer, my gloves a while back. The sun has been nice today. Right now I'm climbing up. This is a big climb, going to be up to 3,100 feet by the time I'm done. But the path I'm walking on right now is just gorgeous, like rhododendrons on both sides, so I wanted to show it to y'all. And I've been walking beside these rushing waterfalls and creeks all day too, so just trying to take it all in. Given that it will be my second to last day on trail here on the Pinhoti. And then I will be going to a trail angel's house. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to take a 0 day. I don't really feel like I need to, but time-wise, I also enjoy getting to know the people who are helping me out. So it's nice not being under the pressure of having to meet a timeline or anything. Oh my goodness, another creek. Hopefully I won't have to take my shoes off because I already put them back on a while back. We shall soon see. I see some rocks in there, so I think we can make it work. It's not flowing too hard. We'll see. I'll have to evaluate the situation. All right, I will check in later with y'all. Bye. Hey, Fancy Pants here. Just wanted to do a quick check-in. Walking down another green tunnel. Have 0.8 of a mile left to Buddy Cove Gap. And I think I may have mentioned before that it is the highest point on the Pinhoti Trail. But I've been told it is a safe place to camp. I normally don't like to camp at trailheads. Oh, shoot. My hat just got knocked off by a tree branch. Hold on. Nothing's easy. So in the process of picking my hat up off the ground, I bent over, my backpack's on, and the water that I'm carrying up to Buddy Cove Gap falls out, which means I have to completely take my backpack off to put it back in. Anyways, I'm complaining now, and I'm ducking under a log. Okay, so nothing is easy. Looks like a little water crossing here. Anyways, I didn't intend to make this a long check-in. We'll get across this. But I just wanted to hop on real quick before we get up to Buddy Cove. And I'll try to check in once more and show you my campsite. Later. Fancy Pants and Curious George have arrived at Buddy Cove Gap. This will be our last night camping on the Pinhoti Trail. So a little bit bittersweet, but I'm ready to move on to the next part of our Bama to Baxter hike. So it's exciting at the same time. Very, very quiet up here. Very quiet. So I think we'll have a good night's sleep. And I'm going to set up my tent on the far side of the parking lot where this sign is. And like I said before, normally I don't camp at trailheads, but there's nobody out here. I think it's going to be fine.